Okay, so today we're going to learn how to solve system of equations by substitution. This is a way to find an exact solution. So we're going to get an exact solution, 1 point. Find exact solution. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and skip these steps, and let's do an example, and then we're going to go back and talk about what steps we took. So the first thing we're going to do in this example to solve by using substitution is we have to make sure that one of our equations is solved for a variable. Doesn't matter which variable, but one of them has to be solved for a variable. So let's talk about these from, say this is equation number 1, and this is equation number 2. Just so we can talk about them and know which is which. Jay, is any of these one or two solutions, is any one of them solved for one variable only? Number 1, what's it solved for? Yeah, so what I meant to say is it either has to be y equals or x equals. So in equation number 1, it's solved for a variable. We have y equals something. 4x minus 6. So in substitution, the first step, you have to make sure that it's solved for something, at least one of them. So now, we're going to substitute that in to equation number 2. So right here, it says y. So wherever you see y in equation number 2, which is right here, we are going to plug in 4x minus 6. We're going to substitute 4x minus 6. So write equation number 2, but don't write y. We're going to plug in the part from equation number 1. So we will have 5x plus 3. Now, I don't want to write y. I want to have it all in terms of x. So instead of writing y, I'm going to write minus 6. But now I have to keep writing the other part from equation number 2. Don't just leave it hanging. What?
We did? We did this last year. He said don't leave it hanging, and I went, there it is.
Okay, so now that you've substituted that in, so this was equation number, green was what I took from equation number 1. Now we need to solve for x. So this is just like solving an equation, a multi-step equation. What do you do first?
Distribute.
PEMDAS, distribute your parentheses. So we'll have 5x, don't forget your 5x, plus 3 times 4 is 12x. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18 equals negative 1. Good. Remember, you do have to combine like terms. I'm not going to change these signs because I'm not crossing the equal sign yet. I'm just combining on the same side of the equal sign. So 12x plus 5x is, can I combine 17x and negative 18? Why not, Carson Hobbs? They don't have the same variable. So I combined these two. Now let's bring down everything else. Alright, Ian, how do I get rid of 18? Not subtract, but add. Do the inverse. Now I'm doing the inverse because I have to cross the equal sign. So add 18. 17x equals negative 1 plus 18 is positive 17. So when I divide both sides by 17, I get x is equal to 1. Good. But my solution is going to be an ordered pair. Ordered pair is in terms of x and y. So I have one part, I have x, but what do I need? y. Huh? I don't need m. I just need the ordered pair. So I need it to be in terms of x, y. I have x, but what do I need to find? Y. So I know what x is, but now I need to find what y is. What did you say, Caitlin? I do. I have to plug it back in. I'm going to plug it back into equation 1. Raise your hand if you know why I'm plugging it back into equation 1. Raise your hand, Blake. So I can get y. So I know that y is equal to 4x minus 6. Well, instead of writing x, I'm going to write 1. So 4 times 1 minus 6 is equal to -2. Okay, so write my answer as an ordered pair on your paper. Ordered pair, parentheses, something, comma, something, parentheses.
Yay.
Okay, Sean, what's my answer? 1, -2. Raise your hand if you've seen this before. It's okay if you didn't. So let's go through our steps. Let's talk about what steps we took to do this. Number 1, if necessary, solve one equation for one variable. What does that mean? That means I need to see either x equals something or y equals something. Skylar, read step 2 for me, please. Good. I call this plug it in. Plug it in. Then you're going to solve the equation for either x or y. Then we're going to plug it back in like we did right here. We plugged it back in to find the other variable. Now, once you have both of your variables, step 5, write your solution as an ordered pair. So this will be your answer. This will be your answer. Now, it is possible to have an ordered pair or, any guesses? No solution or infinitely many solutions. Let's take 1 second to remember what that looks like as an equation. You know what it looks like graphing it, but we need to review this. So if I'm solving an equation and my answer comes out to be 0 equals -7, no solution or IMS? No solution. What about 4 equals 4? Infinitely many. If it equals the same thing on both sides, it's infinitely many. If they're nowhere near being the same, or they're not the same at all, so it could be 0 equals 1. If they're not the same, that means no solution. Yes? It could be 0.75 equals 0.5. What are those? Okay. What if I had 0.25 equals 0.25? Yeah.
What if it was like 0.3 and then 0.25?
Not the same. Okay. They have to be exactly the same. All right. I like to draw a line right here to block this off. All right, let's try another one. Is one of my equations solved for a variable? Yes. Which one? 1 or 2? 2. So what did I look for first? I just looked to see if one of my equations looked like x equals or y equals. So this one right here is y equals something. So I'm going to take this equation right here, equation number 2, and I'm going to plug it in to the first equation wherever you saw y. So let's rewrite equation number 1 until we get to y. 2x plus 5. Stop. Good, Caitlin. I'm changing colors so you know that I'm plugging something in. 3x plus 10. Can't forget the last part, equals -1. Now we just need to solve for x. 2x plus 5 times 3 is 15x. 5 times 10, 50, equals -1. Combine like terms. Right here, these are the same terms. So 2x plus 15x is 17x plus 50 equals -1. Good. Subtract 50. 17x is equal to -51, right? Keep it, switch, -51, so x is equal to, what is -51 divided by 17? -3. If you get this far, it's not going to be no solution or IMS. If you get one of your variables to solve for something, it is going to have an ordered pair. So I know x, but I need to know y. So I can take x and plug it back into equation number 2 to solve for y. So y equals 3, looking at this one right here, 3 times what? -3 plus 10. I got -3 from my x. So I just plugged it into equation number 2. And 3 times -3 is -9 plus 10, 1. So our ordered pair, -3, 1. Yes.
What if it's not in like order? You said this was hard.
Well, I thought it was more challenging, but y'all are just so awesome. Say that again, Hannah.
What if it's not in order, like